Go back to the start. The features here, who's happy and who's unhappy. The thing for me is Wayne Lordan roused along Lambourn up the hill from the start to get to the front.
Yeah, well, they all jumped well, I think, Ed. Everybody jumped well, but you could see from the word go, Wayne Lordan was intent on going forward.
You talk about not using the petrol early. I mean, he's shushing the coal on the fire there.
Yeah, but listen, he's got him up into his position, and then I thought they went even, Jason. You know, they went even. Everybody wanted to sit second, third or fourth. You can see the big bunch here just behind Wayne. I thought they settled down, but Richard Hiles did say they were going a nice gallop and they stepped on. But now he's in gear. He's travelling very well. I don't like the line in winter had a little bit of a wide draw. James Doyle is on the outside there. He's a little bit keen as well.
Ryan just got shuffled back there on Delacroix, which is an important moment.
He did, but listen, there was a lot of them got shuffled back there at that position, and Ryan took his medicine. He went back. But I think as the race settled down here, everybody is in a nice position. James Doyle's a little bit keen on the outside. Colin Keane got a little bit of a grueling there across the top line, and Winter came back on the bridle. But it was good and even. The winner's in front. The second is sitting right behind him on the inside, sitting fourth in the box seat. I don't think there was too many excuses, really. Delacroix was back in the back patch, but at halfway I think everybody was happy. And as Richard Hiles kept saying, they really built it up from the 4 marker. But nothing was able to go with him. Nothing was able to make up the ground.
You can see Wayne Lordan still animated, still trying to get away. And the danger you've got in behind, you remember what happened with Serpentine. When these Ballydoyle horses get loose at Epsom, they often don't come back.
As I keep saying, it's even and building. The work is even and building. They keep building, they keep building, they keep going quicker each furlong. And they don't just stop. You could see from turning in here, you knew there was nothing coming from the back. You knew there was nothing going to make up the ground unless he stopped. And he did not stop. He got across the road here, he got balanced. Sumion rode the second really well. He just got out here on the Midak's neck and he pushed him out. He got a lovely run down there. I thought actually Midak was coming, but they all ran out of gas. One horse kept going forward.
I don't know, I'd be interested to see the sectionals, because it's panned out like a race where in a way they haven't gone that quickly, because nothing's been able to come from the back. You know, often if they go a really hard tempo up front, the ones in front will get tired and you'll get the ones from behind running through. Yet this is a race where very few horses have been able to make up much ground. You had actually new ground coming with a bit of a storming run out there, Stanhope Gardens a little bit as well, but they've been strung out. Lambourne's been able to dictate, roll down the hill and then kick off.
Third and fourth have come from a long way back.
Have they?
Yeah, third and fourth were way back in the ruck.
Try and get Wayne Lordan to chat with Johnny through the race. Good race this year. Usual story with the winner. Often we talked about it and Ballydoyle win it. Would you agree with me though, when you look out at the hill there, I don't know whether it's pricing, I don't know whether it's where the Derby stands in the sporting fixtures, I don't know. The Jockey Club are onto it. It's been described as a problem child for them. It does need a bit of reviving this day, doesn't it?
It does. I rode my first winner of the Derby 25 years ago. When I walked down the track, there was 60,000 people left and right. Today it does look a bit empty on, but the weather has a lot to do with racing, Ed. You know, the forecast was terrible. People coming out to the hill today, when they looked at that forecast this morning, you know, it would just put you off. But it does need something.
Oh, here he is!
Here he is.
The Derby hero. That sounds pretty good, doesn't it, Wayne?
Yeah, I like the sound of it. Happy.
Are you happy to be talked through with Johnny here? He wants to ask you a few questions.
Well, it seems so straightforward, Wayne, and that's like all the rides you do. You ride very straightforward. Saying to the lads, you're a big team player down in Ballydoyle. How did it go from the start? Were you happy at every stage?
I was. He's a very straightforward horse, and he does race lazily. When he jumps, he's just a little bit slow in the stride. So when I was drawing the middle, I was pretty pleased with that, because I thought I wouldn't get crowded too quick. And I got a chance to get him up and into his stride.
And I'm always telling people you can lose a derby if you go too quick here and you put too much pressure on, but you were up into it and you had him into a perfect position and a good tempo from the word go.
He's a big striding horse, but what he does, he just saves everything in reserve. And I felt I was going a good gallop, and I passed the 6 and his 2 ears pricked, and I knew I have to go again here, because if something with a bit of pace behind me could quicken by him, because he just waits the whole time. So as you can see him there, he's actually just lobbing along.
Did you feel you were going fast? I thought you were going even, because everybody wanted to sit second, third, fourth, but did you feel you were going even?
I felt I was going even. I knew I wouldn't be going too quick on this horse, even though you're kind of lying into his neck and asking him to go forward, because he just reserves away the whole time. So yeah, I was just keeping the pressure on to keep the momentum flowing.
And you free wheel down the hill. In the work beforehand, was it a tough decision for Ryan to pick where he picked instead of this lad, or is this lad lazy at home?
Thankfully, I ride this for all his work and he doesn't do a stroke.
So you stopped him. You stopped him in the work at home.
No, he goes along as you see him there. That's how he rides his work. He's not a flashy horse. The other horses they jump off, they show pace, and they quicken.
Yes.
And this fella is he pulls the sleeves up and he just potters along, but he's always there at the end.
Were you keen to get going, or were you going to wait till you get across the road?
No, I just wanted to see the free pole where I could get going on him. So, because I knew whatever was going to go by me would nearly have to deserve to get by me.
And you quickened up lovely here. You had, like, as you can see the race, you had everything in trouble turning in.
Yeah, I suppose, to be fair, there's a lot of good horses in the race, but when you go down through it, there was always the question mark of the trip. And the one thing I knew I could get a mile and a half plus.
Yes.
So I was happy to make sure that whatever was going to be coming would have to stay well.
And when you crossed the road here and he changed his legs, at what point did you know you were going to win? At what point did you know you were going to win the Derby?
When I got a flick into him passing two, he went forward, and I knew if I give him another one, he'd go forward again. And the last furlong, I knew he was still galloping strong. So.
What was it like to know that? What was it like to know a furlong down, I'm going to win the Derby?
Well, I was trying to win the Derby. It wasn't until I passed the line that was grand. So look, you know yourself, you're just trying. And thankfully, when you have a horse like that on your side.
But what's the feeling now that you're an Epsom Derby winner? You know, it's the greatest race in the world. What's it like now? What do you feel now? Do you feel...
But, you know, when you're growing up, I've been watching you, Pat Small and Mick Canaan, and it's the race you always want to... And then when you get a ride in it, you're absolutely delighted. But when you get... I work for Aidan O'Brien, Ballydoyle, Coolmore, and when they give you the opportunity to ride a horse like this, in a race like this, and for him to do it, it's a special race to win.
Wayne, when you got that horrible injury, when was that? A couple of years ago, was it?
That's 2 years ago, 23, yeah.
And did you think that might be? Because it looked from the outside, you kept very quiet, but it looked very serious. Did you think that might be it?
Well, you know, I didn't know until I had a lot of tests to pass. It took me 8 months to get back.
8 months?
Yeah, that's how long the recovery took for me. And I had a lot of tests to do in January, and the end of January they kind of gave me the go ahead. It was very strange. I suppose he said to me, it's a very odd one. He said, I'm happy to tell you you're going to get you can take another fall, and that was the answer I was looking for, because if I wasn't going to take another fall, that was probably it. So so I rode in February then. So
makes it even more special, doesn't it?
Yeah, but look, it's a tough game, and a lot of lads go through it, and I was lucky one to get back.
The last question, Wayne. The party tonight, Aidan will be out partying. Will he be in the morning? Or will everybody have the morning off?
I don't know, I'm working there, Johnny, you know that. No, so look, it's a busy Ascot's coming, and there's plenty of horses there to be worked, so we've workers in the morning, so anyway, lucky enough, I don't drink, he doesn't drink, so it's simple enough.
Waiting from everybody.
Thank you very much.
Congratulations. You are a Derby winning jockey.
Thank you very much.
Aidan O'Brien, congratulations. What were you thinking through the races at Lambourne made the running under Wayne?
Yeah, Asher, incredible. Wayne gave him an incredible ride. Richie, I'd just like to say thanks to Derek and Donal. Mohammed rides him out. Dean has been riding him lately. Wayne has been riding him in his work. Michael, Rory, everyone that looks at his feet and everything about it. So thanks to everybody. Wayne has been a great fella. He's done so much hard work through all the years. Gave him an incredible ride. Everybody knew what he was going to do. He's very straightforward. Wayne knew he'd stay. He was going to go forward, and he was obviously expecting someone to come challenge him. But he's a very fit, genuine horse. He's a typical Australia. He's out of a Scantaddy mare. So incredible. Delighted for Wayne. Really couldn't be happier.
You mentioned his sire, Australia, who you trained to win the Derby. You trained Australia's sire, Galileo, to win the Derby. Just in that self, when someone says something like that to you, does it sit with you at all, that the magnitude of an achievement like that?
No, it's incredible for everybody, really, Richie.
But for you, Aidan?
Now listen, I'm only a small part of a very big team. Like I say, Tomas was supposed to come today, and he watched it at home with his dad, so hello Tomas. And Anne-Marie's aunt is in Limerick as well, so very best wishes to them. No, for everybody, it's everybody puts in so much, Richie, I cannot tell you. And all I do is observe it every day. And I can't tell you the privilege it is for me to be dealing with everybody. But there's so many people along the way that I don't mention, I'm very, very sorry. But like Australia was a great Derby winner, like you said, very genuine. That's what this horse is, uncomplicated, genuine and committed, always has been. His runs have been very good this year. He was second to Delacroix, and then he went and won very impressive in Chester, and Chester again, you have to be on your game, you have to stay, and that's the way he was. Ryan loved him in Chester, and obviously he couldn't ride them all, but I know, so delighted really, Richie.
What sort of campaign would you want to give him, Aidan? Would it be an Irish Derby? Would you drop him back in trip?
Yeah, I'd say that. He's probably an Irish Derby horse. That's what he looks like, but it'll be depending on what the lads want to do with him. But he will be that type of horse, and he will get further as well. So he's very uncomplicated, genuine horse.
And I don't want to keep the presentation waiting too much longer, but of course Delacroix and Lion and Winter, two well fancied horses. Thoughts on that?
Yeah, Ryan said he got taken out a bit early up the hill. I think he got bunched and he was back, and he just said his chance was over from halfway. Colin said he felt at top of the hill that he wasn't going forward from, so it was maybe the track or the ground, we'll see, but he felt at the top of the hill like he wasn't going to win, and Ryan said when it happened to him he was going to make it very difficult, and see, Wayne was forward and he wasn't going to stay stopping, so every inch he was going to get, he was going to keep it and wasn't going to give it back, so it was going to be very hard to beat him if you had any ground to make up on him, and Wayne obviously got the fractions 100% perfect, so it's unbelievable.
How would you sum it this weekend?
Incredible weekend, so what can I say, it's for us, it's such a privilege, but I say it's the people do all the work, the lads put in everything, and I'm just so delighted to be on the coattails. Like everyone is here, Anne-Marie is here, all the lads are here, everyone that deals with the horses, many people that could be here are here, and just so delighted. And Joseph's horse ran a Stormer and third, so it's unbelievable.
Congratulations once again, Aidan.
Thanks very much, Rishi. Appreciate it.